It is the centerpiece of the American dream. We are told from childhood that it is the greatest investment you will ever make. We're talking about your home. But what if I told you that, according to the golden rule of wealth, your house is likely not an asset? In fact, for most people, it's their biggest liability. I know that sounds shocking, even offensive. But this single misunderstanding is the reason why millions of hard-working people stay trapped in the rat race for their entire lives. They spend 30 years paying off a dream that is actually draining their bank account every single month. In Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki simplified the complex world of accounting into one beautiful, unbreakable rule. Wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about understanding the direction in which your money flows. Today, we are decoding Lesson 7. We are going to define the difference between things that put money in your pocket and things that take it out. If you can master this one distinction, you will have a better financial foundation than 90% of the population. Welcome to Solver Cinema. Let's redefine your reality. To understand wealth, you have to stop looking at the price tag of what you buy and start looking at the asterisk direction of the cash flow. Let's define our terms with Rich Dad's simplicity. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, whether you work or not. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. It's that simple. Now, let's look at the cash flow pattern of a typical middle-class household. They get a raise at work. With that extra income, they go out and buy a bigger car or a more expensive house. They look rich, but look at the diagram. Their income goes up, but their liabilities, the car notes, the mortgage, the property taxes, go up even faster. The money flows in from their job and immediately flows back out to the bank. They are working for the bank and the government, not for themselves. Now look at the wealthy household. Their primary source of income isn't their salary, it's their asset column. They take their earnings and buy things that generate more money, like rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, or a small business. The cash flows from the asset column back into the income column. This is the secret. The rich buy assets. The poor only have expenses. The middle class buys liabilities that they think are assets. Think about your car. Unless you are using that car to run a delivery business that nets a profit after fuel and insurance, that car is a liability. It loses value the moment you drive it off the lot and demands a monthly tribute from your bank account. Realizing this isn't meant to make you feel bad. It's meant to give you power. Once you see the pattern, you can change the flow. It's time for a reality check. We call this the liability audit. Most of us are surrounded by wealth killers that we've been conditioned to accept as normal. The first killer is consumer debt, specifically credit cards. If you are paying 20% interest to own a designer bag or a television, you are essentially paying the bank to stay poor. That interest is a negative cash flow that cancels out your hard work. The second killer is the upgraded lifestyle. This is often called lifestyle creep. You get a 10% bonus, so you upgrade your phone and your gym membership. These are small leaks, but as the saying goes, a small leak can sink a great ship. Take a look at your bank statement from the last 30 days. Highlight every expense that doesn't provide a basic necessity or generate future income. Those luxury subscriptions, those daily $5 coffees, and that high-end car lease, those are liabilities competing for your freedom. To pivot, you don't have to live like a monk. You just have to delay gratification. Instead of buying the liability now with your labor, you wait until you have built enough assets to let the assets buy the luxury for you. If your rental property pays for your car lease, the car is still a liability, but your assets are covering it. That is the play. So, if we want to stop buying liabilities, what should we buy instead? If you're just starting, the world of assets can feel intimidating, but you can start small. First, index funds and dividend stocks. You don't need to be a Wall Street genius. Buying a piece of the 500 largest companies means you own a productive asset. Over time, these pay dividends, literal cash put into your pocket just for owning them. Second, small rental properties. Even a single room rental or a small storage unit can be an asset. If the rent you collect is higher than the mortgage and maintenance, you have successfully created positive cash flow. Third, intellectual property. This is the modern asset. Do you have a skill? Write an ebook, create a course, or start a YouTube channel like this one. Once the work is done, it can continue to generate income 24/7. That is an asset that costs you time up front, but pays you in freedom later. I want to give you a challenge for the next 30 days. It's called the One Asset Challenge. Look at your budget and identify one liability you can cut. Maybe it's a streaming service you don't watch or eating out 2 fewer times a week. Take that saved money and put it toward your first or your next asset. Open a brokerage account and buy 1 share of an index fund. Buy a book on real estate. Invest in a tool for your side business. Start the habit of moving money into your asset column, no matter how small the amount. Remember, the rich aren't rich because they have more money. They are rich because they have more assets. They focused on the golden rule while everyone else was focused on looking the part. If this breakdown changed the way you look at your house or your car, let us know in the comments. What's one liability you're cutting this month? Like this video to help spread financial literacy, and don't forget to subscribe to Soulverse Cinema. In our next episode, we're going to talk about minding your own business, how to build your empire without quitting your day job. I'll see you in the next video.